Hello everyone, you're on Polystitch English channel. Today we're sewing something from an old coat. We'll start our work with removing the lining. We disassemble it into large parts. It is best to cut off the excess seams. As a template, I will take a ruler of 15 by 15 centimeters. We will draw the details with a water-soluble marker. Cut out so as to make the most of the fabric. Sometimes I could carve out a whole square and sometimes not, so I'll connect some parts to make a square. To do it, I sew the parts together from the wrong side and they lay a decorative stitch. I cut one coat and I got 35 squares measuring 15 by 15 centimeters from it. For the reverse side, I cut 35 quilts from another fabric measuring 21 by 21 centimeters. For the convenience of work, it is better to draw a diagram in what order the colored pieces will be located and number the quilts. We will sew like a garland in vertical rows. Have a look at the diagram. We take square number 1 and fold it face to face with number 2. Then lay a line. Without breaking the thread, take square number 2 and sew it to number 3, and so on, according to the shim. We sew the details at a distance of 3 centimeters from the edge. In order to sew straight, it is best to draw a seam line on the fabric. After the first vertical row of squares has been stitched, we move on to the next. We attach the color number 3 to number 2, and so on until the end of the row. Look, I finished it. All squares and rows are held by connecting threads. Before further work, all seams must be ironed in different directions. Let's use a mini ironing board that I made myself from a cutting board. This is how our workpiece looks now. It is ready for further work. We outline the boundaries of the upper edge for inserting the insulated coat part. The squares of the jacket are already quilted with padding polyester, which gives the necessary warmth to the piece. We insert them into the colored quilts, tuck up the open edge of a large square, and sew it on a sewing machine. When working at the sewing machine, we do not break the threads, we sew the entire fabric at once. So we go to the end of the row. The next step is to secure the gray parts on the other side. So we make the edge of the product with a double hem. We fix the parts in the next row in the same way. Place a large part with gray squares already fixed on the left hand so that there is as little fabric as possible in the sewing machine sleeve on the right side, so that it is easier for you to work. After all the details are in place, we proceed to the next operation. We unfold the entire canvas, fold the row and mark the place of the seam. We lay the line along the edge of the gray parts. Of course, it is better not to grab them into the seam. We keep the line as close as possible. The entire canvas is held by connecting threads. And when we sew, all the corners automatically get into their places. Nothing slips out. We sew the entire canvas. One side is already beautiful, stitched. Everything is smooth and neat. We decorate the other side. We will bend and go around the edge. And now we will cut these threads. Expand the seam allowances and make a double hem. The gray squares from the jacket are well fixed on all sides. The fabrics lay flat. No thickening. After we sew everything, we get a double-sided canvas. With this method of connection, there is no need to suffer and stretch a heavy large canvas through the narrow edge of the sewing machine. The blanket turned out to be not very large, 75 by 75 centimeters. That would be convenient to take it with you to the beach. One side is of a waterproof fabric, a former jacket, and the other is natural cotton, which is pleasant to the body. This beach mat can be laid on stones, sand, and grass. And most importantly, there are no thick seams in it. It turned out to be very lightweight and compact. Good luck in your work! Support me with the likes and comments, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video.